Hello there everyone, you know who I am, E.T. Templar, alien crusader from beyond the heavens, here to entertain and destroy through the power of me magic. And in this video, it's just a spark notes about who is Shanny for Christ, and post-editing there should be some pictures and even video clips as I talk about her. So, who or what is a Shanny for Christ? So, take the absolute bullshit of televangelism, sprinkle in some pot, methamphetamine, and prescription drug use, and that's what a Shanny for Christ is. Shanny and Rev, her just as addicted, morally repugnant husband, recently, they blew about $700,000 and got evicted out of their apartment with nothing to show for it. Shanny and Rev, essentially what they do is they stream their domestic spats and even their abuse and neglect of their own children. To them, it's all performance art, and even the neglect and abuse of their own children is performance art, as I say. The Shanny trash fire is entertaining to watch, and it's an interesting saga to observe from the outside. But please don't support Shanny for Christ, Shanny and Rev, because just don't support them with money, because these two people lie. They're pathological liars. And this is the part of the video where I just get into my own personal opinion, and this is just my own personal opinion and from what I've seen. Shanny claims to be a Christian, but she's far from. She's the philosophical term is heretic. Her and Rev, they claim to be Christians, but then again they openly abuse and neglect their children. That's not very Christ-like. They both lie and deceive for sympathy and donations. Again, not very Christ-like. And they're just furthest from being Christ-like. But there are people out there who use religion, and especially Christianity, for their own personal favor and donations. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I mentioned take the bullshit of televangelism, right? And televangelism, for the most part, is people wearing $5,000 suits taking advantage of the good nature and charity of Christians. And that's what Shanny and Rev do. And it's thank God they're not doing it from an angle of being preachers, because what they do is not only just heresy, but would lead people to damnation because for their own profit and gain. And of course, I believe in redemption, so maybe there will be a day where Shanny and Rev finally mature and come to their senses and begin to really love their children and become a functioning family. I'm laughing only because these two people are just mentally inept, spiritually bankrupt, and they're disgusting. In fact, there's another streamer, Cog, who covers them quite a bit, and he gives his own take. There's also Cecil McFly has done a video, and like an in-depth 4-hour video. And if you're interested and you want to get more lore on them, there's Cecil's content. There's Cog's stream where he kind of talks about it, and it's all there for you to look at. But just in my humble opinion, and to end this video, they are just morally repugnant people. And the fact that they have, followers that donate to them weekly, and their followers are, I don't know, maybe blue-collar working people, and they donate money to these two morally repugnant assholes. And I can't watch a lot, if even people's content covering Shanny and Rev, because it makes me sick to my stomach, because they're... there's people in this world that could actually use good Christian charity. And these two are just sucking up the Christian charity of others, or even just the charity of other people, for their own gain. And again, I've mentioned these two pairs of numbnuts have blown through $700,000. And of course, they bellyache and moan, "We have no money!" But yet, they spent most of this money on frivolous things like marijuana edibles, drugs, frivolous shit. So they are in the position they're in because they're slothful, greedy, just evil, degenerate people. And every time things go slightly wrong, Shanny appears on camera, does crocodile tears. we need help. And they dupe people. Or maybe there's just trolls that support them for whatever reason. It's disgusting. And every time I watch even people covering Shanny and Rev, I honestly, get the sudden urge to want to drag one of these right across my own windpipe. Or to, maybe... Anyways, they're morally repugnant people, and it is an interesting trash fire to watch. But please, for the love of God, if you're anyone, don't donate money to these assholes, these morally repugnant, evil, greedy, slothful people. Just don't. There are other charities out there. There are other people out there who could use your good Christian charity, or even your charity, or even your own. So with that, I'll end this video here. Shanny and Rev are just disgusting, morally repugnant, slothful, greedy people. And again, I believe in redemption. Maybe one day they'll become better people. But at this rate, these people are just the worst examples of white trash, scum, villainy. And they do neglect and abuse their children. And that's the true sad thing about this, is that there are 3 children, I believe, that this is their mom and dad. This is what they have to, deal with every day. Now imagine that personal hell. And imagine being thankful that you're not one of these 3 children in this family with Shanny and Rev. And if you are a Christian believing person, pray that these 3 kids will eventually be free from the situation. Pray that they find liberation from this very real world hell in which they live. But who knows, maybe that's just some hard lesson for whatever that God wants. I don't know. That's why sometimes I really have some troubles with faith of my own, because here's an example: 3 children who have just dog shit parents, or a dog shit mom and a stepdad that I theorize is abusing these children in other ways, physically and otherwise. I think there's more going on here. So yeah, dislike, comment below, share your own thoughts. See you next time. God bless, and just be thankful that these 2 people aren't your parents.
Strange.
A world ready for the righteous and the pure to inherit.
Don't believe in surrenders. No, I still got my saber, Reverend. Didn't turn it into no plowshare, neither.
I'm taking over this territory. From now on.